Hi, welcome back. And now it's time to show off the final result. And as you can see, quite an improvement. And that's just the body. This one's got a great sole as well. As you may remember, there was quite a bit of tarnishing on some of the brass on this unit. All the brass has been polished, especially that strip at the top, which was completely grey or black. That has all come out brilliantly shiny. The brass on the edges has also been cleaned up. And the grill cloth, which didn't come out perfectly, but the pen marks have been camouflaged somewhat. The Opus symbol polished and shiny again, and of course the faceplate, the knobs, piano keys, everything properly cleaned up, and the result is very, very nice. You may recall that the Telefunken logo was actually nailed on the one end, and that's been fixed. And then the body, what I decided to do was just to sand off some of the lacquer and go down just enough to get rid of most of the big marks on it without actually going down to the veneer itself, because that's a whole different ballpark there. So this one shows signs of some age, which is basically a more true reflection of the radio's age. But I'm pretty happy with the result. You can still see a few scrapes on there that were a little bit deep, but generally it's back to its good form. These guys cleaned up perfectly. There's nothing wrong with them. There was just an excess amount of glue on the inside, so that was all cleaned out. And they're now back to their glory. Besides painting the borders down here, which were all cracked, this thing's also got a new set of feet. One thing that was missing was actually an indication for the balance control. When you move the balance control, there was no indication on the knob where the middle point was. So I've just painted in a little black mark over here, just so you get an idea of where it's positioned when you are using, when you want to, move the balance to left or right. At least you know when it's balanced. The function of these switches has also been activated. And if you recall, as I mentioned, what this does is it narrows the tuning of the FM till you get it on station, and then when you let it go, it widens it and basically works as a sort of automatic frequency control function. It works pretty well. And as for reception, well, if you recall, we had very, very poor reception. The AM channels were practically deaf. FM was very, very poor. And the work done on those stages are duly recorded in the previous videos of the series, but this is what we get now. Trying to see the magic eye, but very difficult with this light. But it's fairly bright. Great sound. So overall, in terms of sound, we got a great result. And what I like most about this one is the fact that we now have Bluetooth in the pickup selector. I've inserted a Bluetooth receiver inside the radio, which I'll show you in a minute when we go around the back. So anybody with a Bluetooth compatible music player, be it an iPhone, an iPad, anything that can stream music on Bluetooth, can now send their music to this and hear it through these amazing sets of speakers that this thing's got. It's got 2 massive speakers in the front and 2 in the side. Let me show you the back. All the aluminium has been polished, the aluminium elements, and there we have our Bluetooth receiver, which is powered by a separate secondary winding that's been wound on the original transformer. And if you haven't seen that, I'll link it above to the video where I explain how this receiver is set up and powered. And this black wire is the audio in coming back and has been permanently connected to the pickup input on the back, on the inside there. Everything cleaned up. One thing that, another thing I've done is all this surround has been newly painted, the black surround. So we've got a pretty good result there. If there's one thing that I am not too happy about, it's the dipole antenna, the internal dipole antenna. That goes in there. And the result is not as good as I would have expected. This thing's got an antenna on the inside, as do most of these radios. It winds around the inside in a foil. You can see part of the foil over there. And it should pick up FM pretty well. Now, it's not bad, but obviously when you compare it to something better, you can see the result. And if I use the external dipole that I've got, the strength of the signal comes out just that little bit better. So my recommendation in this case is actually to use an external, antenna for this, for the FM, which is really what you want. But this is the result, and I've got to tell you, the sound of this thing is absolutely amazing, and this gives me great satisfaction, especially when using the Bluetooth function. So you can play any music you like through here. Again, the previous video that I mentioned, which I linked, will show you a demonstration of that. It's very, very simple to pair this device. You don't have to worry about charging it. It runs off the internal supply. The little blue light that you see on there just tells us that it's paired, and this thing's ready to go. So right, well, thank you all for your patience. Thank you for watching the series. And time to move on and get on with the next project. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Bye for now.